Happy Saturday, everyone. Hope you all are doing well. My little ones normally would be sitting with me right now to do story time, but they are having way too much fun playing in our little playroom that's in our garage. As you will probably hear some Star Wars themes and some screaming. It's okay. Kids are having fun and they're happy. I hope your little ones are too, and I hope you are as well. You're kind of taking some time for yourself and enjoying it. So I'm going to start off our story time today with one of Kaylee's favorite books that she likes. And all of these books I got from our local library before we all shut down. So I figured I'd read these to you before I actually get to return them, because I do believe our libraries are starting to take back their books. Alright, so our first book for today is Sleepover at the Museum. It's by LeFrak and illustrated by David Bucs. Mason couldn't wait. Today was the best day of the year, his birthday. Tonight, he was going to have a sleepover party at the Museum of Natural History, his favorite place to visit. It's one of my favorite places to visit, too. Mason and his two best friends, Zoe and Will, were ready for an adventure. Mason's parents led them inside. There's Mason, his friend Zoe, and his friend Will. Let's see what kind of adventure they're going to go on. They met their guide right next to the fighting dinosaurs. "Hey guys, my name's Jesse," said the young man. "I'll be showing you around the museum. Follow me. I have a surprise." Met Jesse by the fighting dinosaurs. Do you have a special dinosaur that you like to see? Have you been to a museum? Do you have your favorite section? Let me know. "Welcome to the Discovery Room," said Jesse. "Tonight, you're going on a scavenger hunt. And if you solve all the clues, Mason can choose the hall for your sleepover." Mason and his friends were excited. They loved solving mysteries. See, they're in the Discovery Room with Jesse. Let's see what kind of clues they're going to see. "Here's how you wear a headlamp," said Jesse, demonstrating. They are perfect for dark hallways. See? He handed Mason the map and a clue sheet. "If everyone's ready, let's get started." All right, let's find out the first clue. Out in the hallway, Mason read the first clue. "Of all the planets around the sun, thousands of rings surround this one." Do you have an idea what planet that could be? Do you know your planets? If you don't, ask a parent or a grown-up that's by you. Let's see if y'all can figure out this clue together. Zoe searched the map and pointed towards this Earth and space room. They took off. See how Zoe's kind of figured it out? They head down the map. Let's see what they find at Earth and space room. "There it is," Zoe said. "The planet Saturn." Did you figure out that it was Saturn? Mason checked off the clue. First mystery solved. They laughed as Will pretended to be an astronaut, taking giant, slow motion steps on the moon. Can you do a slow motion step? Is it like you're walking in space? Let's see. See, Saturn has a whole bunch of rings.
Mommy, I'm not being with you. I already came to grab the one for myself.
Okay, go grab yourself. But Saturn felt too far away from his own planet. Mason would rather sleep somewhere else. Mason and his friends gathered to hear him say the second clue. Okay, let's listen to the second clue. He comes from an egg. His size gives him fame. He's the king of all reptiles. Has quite a long name. Which dinosaur do you think that is that fits in with that clue? Again, has to grown up or a parent that's by you. Hey, I think I know this one, said Mason, smiling. Let's see. He could have chose the Earth and Space room, but he chose not to. That was Sleepover. And now they're off for their next clue adventure. Let's see where Mason's going to take them. When they reached the Hall of Dinosaurs, the friends stopped in their tracks. Tyrannosaurus Rex loomed over him. You think that's the answer to the second clue? Look at the sign. It says he's the king of the dinosaurs, said Will. And dinosaurs are reptiles, added Zoe. Mason checked off the second clue. When Zoe pretended that she was a velociraptor, Will studied the pterosaur flying overhead. They're in the Hall of Dinosaurs. Let's see. Mason thought his birthday was off to a great start, but he didn't think he could fall asleep with a T-Rex standing over him in the dark. You think you could fall asleep with that looking at you when you're sleeping? I might, but I'm not sure. It was time for the third clue. Mason read, this mammal that uses his nose as a hose can wash his huge body and all 20 toes. I've got this one, said Will, and started to run. We'll follow you, said Jessie. They start off on their third clue. What do you think the third clue could be? Do you think it starts with the letter E? Let's see. There they are, said Will, pointing to the herd of elephants in the Hall of African Mammals. Look at those tusks, exclaimed Mason. Check us out, said Will to Zoe. He and Mason beat their chests like gorillas in the exhibit nearby. Zoe read the sign. An elephant herd is always led by female elephant. Smart animals. Mason didn't think he could sleep with being stalked by a lion or stepped on by a giant elephant foot. What would be the best sleeping space, he wondered. Yeah. Would you be a little worrisome about that? That's where you chose to sleep? I can read this clue. Can I read the clue this time? Asked Will. Mason nodded and handed over his clue sheet. Right. Clue number 4. The hardest gems you'll find on Earth will dazzle you with all their worth. As Mason lets his friend Will read the next clue, where do you think it's going to lead them to? Is there something shiny at your house that kind of is like a gem that's really hard? Let's see. Just look at the diamond sparkle, Zoe said. You solved it, said Mason. It says it right here that diamonds are the hardest minerals on Earth. The friends high-fived each other. They made a great team. Mining sounds like hard work, said Mason after reading the sign. And look at the diamonds. Mining does sound like hard work, but I bet you it's worth it if you're looking for something specific. The Hall of Minerals was spectacular. It's one of my favorites at the museums. But Mason didn't think he could sleep while here. Between the glittering gems and thoughts of mining, he wouldn't be able to relax. Could you relax with all the shiny minerals in that dark room? I could, but it's not for everybody. All right, so Mason read the next clue. All right, ears open, okay? These birds had feathers, but could not soar. They are now extinct. They are no more. Right. I know this one, said Mason. This way. Let's see the other clue. And look, you're looking at all the other rooms that they've been to in the shadows. Right. What bird do you think is extinct, but no, and they're talking about? They entered the Hall of Biodiversity. And Zoe spotted it first. The dodo bird, she cried. Exactly, said Mason. Kids are amazing, said Jess. Remember, Jess is the guide. Let's walk through the Life on Earth exhibit. we can see 3.5 billion years of evolution in a few minutes. Dodo bird. Yeah. Mason had learned a lot in the Hall of Biodiversity, but sleeping with the extinct predators would make him feel like prey. I don't know if he'd want to sleep there. As cool as it is, I don't know if he'd want to sleep there. 2 more clues to go, said Mason. All right, ears open. These fragile insects, queens or kings, are always noticed for their wings. Will flapped his arms and said, "Follow me." Where do you think they're heading to? They go for the next clue. And look, all the shadows of all the exhibit places they've been so far. Whoa, exclaimed Will. The butterfly pavilion feels like a rainforest. Monarch is another word for king or queen, read Mason. Right, said Zoe. Then the monarch butterfly is a queen or king with wings. Another clue solved, said Mason. Some pretty smart kiddos. It was beautiful here, Mason thought. But the butterflies probably tickled them when they slept. Plus, it's really hot, like as a real rainforest. Now he was getting worried. Where were they going to sleep? Would you be able to sleep with little butterflies tickling? Final clue, said Mason. Let's read it together. Okay, ears open. You've done so well, it's getting late. What can we eat to celebrate? I know this one, said Will, rubbing his belly. It's my favorite thing about birthdays. Cake, they yelled. As they run. Again, look. All the wondrous things they've seen in each exhibit they've got to visit. Let's see where they're going to go. They ran all the way to the party room. When Jess caught up, he congratulated them for solving every clue. We did it together, said Mason. You guys are great friends and super at solving mysteries. Jessie asked, so, have you decided where to sleep tonight, Mason? They ran all through the museum. They started at the butterfly pavilion, went through to the gens again, to the party room. Where do you think Mason's going to pick to sleep after seeing all those exhibits? Mason took another look at the map. I finally have the perfect place in mind. I'll take you there after cake and presents. Another mystery? Said Zoe. Soon to be solved, said Will, finishing his second piece of cake. I like the cake too. That is the fun thing about birthday parties, huh? No matter what, there's usually cake. This is it, the Hall of Ocean Life, said Mason. The best place to sleep in the museum. It feels like you're underwater. He placed his sleeping bag directly below the blue whale, his favorite animal. Look, said Zoe, the whale has a belly button, just like us. Do you have a belly button? Can you find it? You know what would be dangerous, asked Will? Looking in the open mouth of a great white, helping a shark brush his teeth. Mason and Zoe laughed. Better brush our own teeth, said Zoe. Honey. Oh, look, the Hall of Ocean. Look at that big whale. One of the biggest in our ocean. Have you ever seen a blue whale? We see it sometimes in our aquariums. Is there a place that you've seen one? Or maybe have a grown-up or a parent show you a picture. Sleepy at last, Mason imagined floating in the ocean on top of a blue whale and being gently rocked by the waves. He gazed at the behemoth at one last time before closing his eyes. Then he whispered, "Good night, Will. Good night, friends," and fell fast asleep on his best birthday ever. That is a pretty awesome way to go to sleep, huh? Was there a different place that you would have picked for him at the museum? Let me know. Talk about it. And I have something really fun for you. Explore a museum near you. I know a lot of things have been shut down right now, but some things are opening up. So definitely check in your area and see if there's a museum, an aquarium, a zoo that's open that you can maybe make a reservation to go see. I've got some examples here that I'm going to read to you, and I'll even post them on this page so your parents or your grown-ups that are around you that can help share with that and maybe even make a plan. All right. Like Mason, Will, and Zoe, you can have fun and learn about the natural world by visiting a natural history museum. You can see artifacts and exhibits that relate to our past and present universe. The Astronome part of Oxford University opened in 1683 and was the first natural history museum to grant admission to the public. It's not only Britain's oldest public museum, but it's probably the oldest museum in the world. Founded in 1812, the oldest natural history museum in the United States is the Academy of Natural Science in Philadelphia. Now part of the Drexel University, it has a sleepover program called Night at the Museum. There are many incredible museums all over the country and all over the world that you can visit. Some of the most notables have sleepovers are, and I'm going to read you these lists, and again, I will put these lists so you can see them later. All right, there's the Field Museum in Chicago, the Parrott Museum of Natural Science in Dallas, the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles, where I live, the Virginia Museum of Natural History in Martinsville, Arizona Museum of Natural History in Mesa, the American Museum of Natural History in New York City, Sam Noble Museum in Norman, Oklahoma, Carnegie Museum of Natural History in Pittsburgh, Natural History Museum of Utah in Salt Lake City, and by far my favorite museums to ever visit, the Smithsonian Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C. These are wonderful examples, but that's not all. But these are great ones to start with if you want to do a sleepover at the museum. And you know what's been better? There's other places of interest like zoos and aquariums to also have sleepovers for children and adults. Here are some of the most noteworthy. Again, that's not all of them, but they're the most noteworthy that you can check out and see if they're nearby. Busch Gardens in Tampa, International Spy Museum in Washington, D.C., Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum in New York City, Milwaukee Public Museum, Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago, Natural Aquarium in Baltimore, Natural Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Coopersville, New York, the Philadelphia Zoo, St. Louis Science Center, San Diego Zoo Safari Park. It's really good, it's really fun. SeaWorld San Diego, and the Zoo of Atlanta. How exciting would it be to experience a magical night in the museum for yourself? Again, check these out. I will put that list up on this page so you can check on it at any time that you want. Again, I understand that there are some things that we're just not able to do at this time, and that's okay. But what's really great about some of these programs is they do open up, they have reservations so you can do it safely during this COVID-19 and be able to visit these fun things. And even if you're not able to visit in person, they have wonderful programs where you can go and see them through your computer screen or even VR if you've got that technology. Check them out. I hope you enjoy it because I love museums too. But for right now, That was a wonderful book. And we're going to start on to our second one. And it's going to be called Touch the Earth by Julian, Lennon with Bart Davis, illustrated by Smiljana, Colo. Okay. This is kind of an interactive book, so I'm going to need your help, okay? All right. So, we all live on the planet Earth. Gently touch the earth. Now, touch where you live. All right, so can you see where you live? Let's see. This is about where I live. So where on here do you? You found yourself? Okay, let's start. Our planet needs your help. Would you like to go on a helping adventure? Shake the book to make it change into a magic white feather flyer. All right, you ready? We're going to shake it. Shake. Oh my goodness, the feather has changed into the white feather flyer. The white feather flyer will take you on a journey to help the earth. Press the fly button and tilt the book up. All right, you ready? We're going to push the button together. Push, and we're going to tilt up. All right, let's see where it's going to take us. To guide the white feather flyer, you need directions. Point to all 4 directions on the compass and say their names. Okay, you ready? We're going to go north, south, east, west. Directions help us travel safely. Tilt the book south and press the land button to set it down. All right, so we're going to head south, so that is down. And we're going to push the land button. Can you push that button with me? Awesome. So we're going to land. Let's see where it puts us. Water is the most important resource on Earth, but some places don't have enough clean water for people to live there. Push the water button and make the water flow. Push that button right there. All right, good job, guys. You did great. Now there's enough water for people to drink. You see? You push the water button and the water starts to flow. Now, let's help our planet even more. Push the fly button and tilt the book north or up. Okay, so we're going to push the fly button and tilt up. See where it's going to take us next. The oceans touch every life on Earth. Tilt the book south and press the dive button to take a trip under the sea. All right, you ready? So we're going to push the dive button and go south. Right down. Fish are beautiful and important for so many people. We have to keep the water clean to protect the fish. Touch all the plastic bottles and things that shouldn't be in the water, and then push the fish button to bring the fish back. Okay, gotta help me push all the trash and bad things that shouldn't be in that water. We can see if we can make them disappear. Okay, ready? Did we touch them all? Did you get them? I hope so. Let's see what we can do. All right, we're gonna push the fish button, right? You've tipped the scales for the sea creatures, great and small. Would you like the adventure to continue? Push the fly button to tilt the book east this time. So we're going to tilt it this way. So fly button, and we're tilting that way. Let's see where it's going to take us. It's taking us to the desert is a place where almost no water at all. Let's go and see what you can make a plan to land. Can you make a plan to land? That's right, you know how. All right, so we're gonna push the land button. We're gonna tilt soft. Remember, it's down. Sometimes we can bring water to where the land is too dry. It's called irrigation. Push the water button and help irrigate the desert. Push the water button. All right. You made the desert bloom like a garden. Now it can grow food for people and animals. Are you ready to see more? Help the white feather flyer take off to the sky. All right, we gotta push the fly button and go north. All right, let's see what's our next adventure. Rain is another kind of water that we all need. It keeps the oceans filled and the rivers flowing. But not all water is okay to drink. Point the book south to swoop down low for a closer look. Okay, remember, south is down, so we're going to tilt down. Let's get a closer look. In some places, wells have water that isn't safe to drink. Did you know that there are machines to help make that water pure and safe again? Turn the book west and then push the parachute button to deliver the machine. All right, so we're going to go to the west and we're going to push the parachute and it's going to drop this package that has the machine. Let's see what this machine's going to do. Look, there's the machine we dropped. See how it works? We call it filtration. Push the water button and follow the water as it changes from yucky to clean. Okay, make sure you push the button. Okay, now watch. See, it's in the yucky water, goes through the machine, filtrates it, and turns it into good, clean water that everyone can drink. It's time to head back home. You've touched the earth in so many ways. Great job. Now, bye for now. We'll be back soon. Oh, that was an amazing adventure. Now I want to read you a poem that's by Julian Lennon that this book is based off, okay? I hope you hear some really wonderful things about it and it inspires you to do something. Okay, touch the earth. Touch the earth and make it better. All of us can work together. Shining stars from up above. Take care of all the things we love. Gently let the water flow to help the planet live and grow. Love the earth, the moon and sun. All the children can be one. Touch the earth, the sky above. Hold the hands of those you love. Dream a dream for me and you of love and friendship through and through. To change the world for better days, we've got to learn to change our ways. White feather flyer can show us how, so we begin right here and now. Deepest oceans, rivers flow, so much to learn, to share and know. South and north, east and west, we are part of all the rest. Love the earth, the moon and sun. Hope all of us can be as one. Rainbow colors, spring and fall. Touch the earth for one and all by Julian Lennon. It's wonderful. You know what's even great? There's a personal message from Julian Lennon just for you. So I'm going to read it, okay? My dad once said that should he pass away, if there was some way of letting me know he was going to be okay, that we were all going to be okay, the message would come to me in the form of a white feather. Then something remarkable happened to me. Whilst on tour in Australia, I was presented with a white feather by an Aboriginal tribe elder of the Mirran people seeking help for her tribe. It definitely took my breath away. Having the white feather bestowed upon me, I knew this endeavor was part of my destiny from then on. It led me to create the White Feather Foundation to give voice and support to those who cannot be heard. One thing is for sure is that the white feather has always represented peace to me and a message that it brings. I believe that if we teach the children of the world to love and understand the planet, they will naturally want to take care of it. So follow the white feather flyer, and together we can touch the earth and make it better for everyone. It's from Julian, Lennon. And yes, the White Feather Foundation exists. You can go to whitefeatherfoundation.com. I will put that information on this page as well. And what's even great, this isn't the only book he's wrote. There's Love the Earth and Heal the Earth. Check those books out. And thank you for sitting here and reading while I read this book. I have one more book for us for our story time, and then I'll leave you for your day. I hope you've been enjoying these little books that I have. All right, so our next book is The Long and Short Tale of Colo and Ruff. Written by Diane Lang, illustrated by Laurie Klein. All right. Pounce! Colo, the cougar cub, just couldn't resist jumping on her mom's tail one more time. No, cougars, or Latin name Puma conloro, are known as mountain lions, panthers, pumas, and cow moths. Mama Cougar lifted her head. Leave my tail alone and go find something else to do. Look, there's a feather blowing around. Go play with that. Where's the Papa Cougar? Off by himself. Mouse can't help raise their... Male cats don't help raise their young. That makes sense of just the mama in there. Remember, we're learning stuff about nature as well. Okay. Colo raced off, jumping from rock to rock as gusts of wind pushed the feather this way and that. Catch that feather. With each jump, Colo's long tail helped her balance as she flew through the air. Cougars used their long tails for balance and steering as they jump, leap, and run. It's pretty far she jumped, huh? Colo made one more jump. She heard a voice in the grass. I love how you jump. Who's that? Asked Colo. Just me, said the voice. It came from Ruff, a bobcat cub. You can jump so far, and you don't even have to twist in the air before you come down. I wish I could do that. Bobcats are sometimes called wildcats. The Latin name is Lynx rufus. It's not hard, said Colo. I'll do it again, and you can jump with me. Ruff climbed up on the boulder with Colo. They both crouched and took off. Get ready to crouch. Colo made it easily to the next boulder, but Ruff landed in between two rocks, barely staying on his feet. Cougars are very powerful with legs and are strong climbers. Why do you think that Ruff couldn't make it, but Colo could? Let's see. I think I see the problem, said Colo. First of all, you're smaller than I am, so you can't jump as far. But also, you have a very short tail. I think you need a longer tail for balance. I sure do, said Ruff. Yours is so long and beautiful. What's the matter with me? Do you think there's anything the matter with Ruff? I don't think so. Let's fancy. They're just different, and that's okay to be different. I'm sure nothing is the matter with you, but you do have an unusual tail. Colo thought for a moment. My mom said to go find something to do, so let's find a new tail for you. Oh, said Ruff. What a wonderful idea. Bobcats have a naturally short tails. Bobbed means cut short, although these cats are born that way. To discuss. Let's see what kind of tail they're going to go find Ruff. In just a few steps, they saw a lizard. Look at him, said Ruff. His tail is so long and graceful. Maybe I could use that kind. As Ruff jumped towards the lizard to get a better look, his paw landed on the end of the lizard's long, slender tail. See that lizard? What happened next surprised both the young cats. The tail stayed under Ruff's paw, but the rest of the lizard ran off. Look at that, exclaimed Colo. That kind of tail breaks off. We better look for a different one for you. Many lizards are able to drop part of their tail when they're threatened. It grows back in a few months. I'd be kind of surprised too. But at least you know that the lizard's okay. How about that one? Ruff said as he spotted a red-tailed hawk in the nearby branch. It's a beautiful tail. I've seen hawks change their shape of their tails when they're flying. I'd love to do that. Birds can adjust their tail feathers to the shape they need for fast flight, making turns and landing. Oh, that is a beautiful bird as they look at it in awe. At that moment, a single feather came loose from the hawk's tail and fell on the ground. Uh-oh, cried Ruff. Her tail is coming apart. Do you think the bird's tail's coming apart? I'm not sure. How strange, said Colo. She may be losing just one feather, but you better not take any chances. I'm sure a bobcat's tail shouldn't do that. Birds lose feather almost all year long, just one at a time. When a feather on one side drops, the same feather on the other side will soon be lost. A new feather gradually will grow in. See, it's okay. But probably not the best if they're trying to find a new tail for Ruff. How about a fancy one? Colo asked as she spotted a skunk in the distance, sporting a beautiful, big black and white tail. It's gorgeous, exclaimed Ruff, and so fluffy. Let's go look. But the beautiful black and white tail was soon high in the air as the skunk sprayed a strong, stinky mist toward the curious cats. As Ruff and Colo dashed away, Ruff said, I don't think I want that kind. I need to hide, and I can't hide if I have a smelly tail. Some skunks can balance on their front feet and bend their back so they can spray in a direction that they are looking. Skunks do it when they're threatened. They don't always spray, so remember that. So if you ever feel like you're threatening a skunk, back up. A gopher appeared in the nearby grass. Look, a gopher! Want to ambush him? Asked Colo. Ambush, said Ruff. What does that mean? Cougars and bobcats sometimes hide and wait for deer or rabbit or prey to go by. Okay. See, ambush. It means you hide until something passes. Then you pounce on it. That sounds fun. And then what do you do with it? I don't know, said Colo. Mom hasn't told me yet. Cats who only eat meat must be taught to hunt by their mothers. So there's the gopher. Let's teach you how to hunt or kind of pounce. Because animals do need to eat, and that's how they eat. Okay, just as they started to move, the gopher quickly turned and disappeared in the hole. The last things the cat saw was the tip of her tiny tail. See the tiny little tail? That gopher was so fast, exclaimed Ruff. And you know what else? She has a tail even shorter than mine. Hey, replied Colo. Maybe that's why she can turn around so easily. Gophers can turn around in their narrow burrows very rapidly. They can also run backwards and forwards, and those burrows at equal speed. Well, that is very interesting. Maybe that explains why Ruff's tail is the way it is, because he has to use it. That's it, said Ruff. Cougars are strong and fast, but bobcats have to be quick and agile. Maybe I'm built to move fast through the rocks and grass, just like my mom. I guess I have a pretty handy tail after all. Being very happy about his tail. And speaking of moms, he continued, I need to go find mine. I'm getting hungry. As he ran off, his short tail bobbed behind. Cats are mammals, and the young ones must get milk from their mothers before they're old enough to hunt. So that makes sense why they don't know how to hunt just yet. Off to find some. Colo was hungry too, and as she returned to her mother, she saw the feather that had floated back near their den. She made one more pounce and landed near the large cat once more. She chases that feather. Her mother looked up. Aren't you clever, Colo? She said. To be able to entertain yourself with one feather all afternoon long. You know that's what Colo did. I hope you enjoyed that wonderful story about even though you may be similar, you're also different, and your differences make you wonderful. They make you part of you and how you can get through the world the best way you can. You don't have to be like everybody else. You can enjoy all the wonderful things other people can bring, but being you is the most special thing in the world, and I hope you realize that. All right. I have some other resources from this book as well that I will post on this page for your parent or your grown-up that's around you in your life to, if you want to look at that, the scientific names of any of the creatures we just saw. I even have maps of where certain wildcats live, and you can quiz each other and figure those out. What's even cooler is we have tail adaptations of all those creatures we learned about in this book and a way to match each tail. So I want to see if you were listening and be able to learn and kind of just have fun with it and make it a game. And I hope you enjoyed this wonderful story time and that it encourages you to learn a little bit more about the world that's around you and what you can do to help, to be, and to enjoy, because this earth is pretty dang magical. It's made just for us. So let's make it a better place so we can all continue to enjoy it. Again, have a wonderful and safe weekend, and I'll see you next Saturday. All right, bye guys.